Okay, we are happening. Happening. I used to say happening a lot when I was a younger guy doing the cannabis thing, and I'd call my guy up, to get hooked up. I'd be like, yo, bro, are you happening? Oh, yeah, we're happening over here, bro. We'll see you in a few minutes. Grab my wallet and run out the door. Go get me something special nice. You happening?
Patrick John Welder.
What's your codes?
Good evening, Nick.
What's
happening?
What were your codes on your phone with your guy? When you called your man, when you called your, what do they call, the kids call that now, your plug? When you call your plug, I'm kind of curious, what's the code word, man? Mine was, are you happening? You don't want to say anything that would incriminate anybody, right? You happening? Yeah, we're happening. It's happening. It's all happening. What's happening, says Patrick John Welder. What was your code?
Patrick John Welder. It was what's good for us.
Oh, it was what's good for us? Yo, what's good? And they go, yo, it's good, or that's it. That's a good one. I like that. Not seeing the chat numbers, but I am seeing the chat.
Dabs for days.
Dabs for days.
My code used to be Where's Frank?
Where's Frank? I love that. It's so random. It's so random. I love it. Where's Frank?
Dabs for days. Oh, Frank's right here in my living room.
Yeah, Frank's sitting right here with me, chilling. We're chilling. Another thing, that's what Chuckles used to be like. That was Chuckles' code. Chuckles call up and he'd be like, yo, you chilling?
Dabs 4 days.
Yo, you chilling?
Frank's here, come on by, buddy.
Yo, you chilling? Yeah, I'm chilling. I'd say chilling. Come chill.
Patrick John Welder. Chillin' like a villain, lol.
Let's dig into some Gorilla Glue. Oop, come here, Glue. Guess who I talked to today, guys? Oak Tree! You guys remember Oak Tree? Had a nice conversation with Oak Tree today. You guys remember Oak Tree? That's cool, right? Talking to Oak Tree.
Steven Running.
Steve Running.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Steve Running. What's up, you guys? How's it going, everybody? Steve Running's here. Yes. Looking for seeds in the Gorilla Glue. Didn't find any. I think I'm okay.
Patrick John Welder.
Hopefully.
All my slang was learned around 2002, lol.
All my slang was learned in 1987, 88, basically, up to 1990. Okay, no law regarding cannabis, everybody. Cheers, Patrick John Welder. Cheers, Steven Running. Cheers, Dabs for Days. Okay, all of you. I'm going to refresh the chat. Maybe we'll get a chat number. And cheers to everybody that's on the Rumble, and cheers to everybody that's on the Kick. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Got some dirty bong water. Might have to address that at some point in my life. Cheers, guys.
Steven Running. Cheers.
Oh, that was a good bong rip.
Patrick John Welder. You lived in probably the best era of all time.
Born in the 60s, educated in the 80s. We know about that nuclear war shit. Oh, that was smooth. Wow.
Patrick John Welder. That's why you're so smart. Explains it.
So we watched an interesting video earlier. Destiny getting called out on what he had to say about NFTs. And he tried to kind of move the goalposts a little bit when he got called out on his bullshit. And then he got caught on another live stream saying, well, who cares what I had to say about NFTs because nobody knows what they are anyway. And if you don't even know what an NFT is, how can you call me on my bullshit? And that right there, that was the worst of all of it, I think. It wasn't really doubling down. It was assuming that the rest of the world is so dumb that you can keep getting away with your bullshit and maybe will continue to perpetuate even more bullshit if you get away with this one. And that's a problem to me. When I'm pimping you out, as I do for Destiny all the time, like I used to do for Jimmy Dore. You know, Jimmy Dore was always my go-to pod. I'd always send you guys to Jimmy Dore. I stopped doing that a long time ago. We've been looking for other podcasters who I could really agree with and people who I thought you guys would connect with or whatever. I thought, I still think Destiny's a good content provider. But this makes it harder to reconcile promoting him on my show where I'm all about the truth. It would be nice if Destiny did like a disclaimer or some kind of a apology or some kind of just a public realization that he's wrong about assuming that, let me just set it up really quick. That claiming that something is fraudulent, then using that same technology to defraud, according to you, your own audience, and then saying, well, you don't have to worry about it because nobody really knows about it. I do. All the people that saw that video do, and that's a lot of people. Are you guys seeing the distortions every 30 seconds or so? You guys seeing like a like just a quick little flash, like the camera's doing something wrong? You guys, is that on my? You guys are seeing that. I know you guys are seeing that. You don't have to answer that. I know that you guys are seeing that. I don't know what's causing that right now. And I don't know if it's going to get worse or if I make the screen bigger, if that'll make it better, or if I change a setting or what. It might be, my movement seems really jerky on my monitor. Let me see how it looks on video. It's all right, I guess. It looks kind of jerky on the monitor. I don't know. I don't think I have too many windows open, but I don't know. So I think something's definitely going on.
Hey, bro.
Hey, Nick. How's it going, buddy? How are you? How are you, man? I made somebody's day today. And that made me feel good on a personal level, anecdotal. Somebody, just wasn't feeling good, and I made them feel better. And it feels really good. Remember what we were talking about yesterday or 2 days ago where I was like, your homework assignment is to go find a random person and give them a random compliment? It was kind of along those lines, but it was different. And it wasn't about a compliment or anything like that. It was just doing something for somebody. And it makes me realize that this is something that should be pursued on a daily basis by all of us. We should find at least one random person every day. And if it's not random, then it can it can be someone close to you.
I always say be the reason someone smiles today.
Be the reason someone smiles today? I was driving down my street, and there's this lady that lives at the end of the cul-de-sac adjacent to where I live. And we've talked before, and she likes me. She's very nice. She's older, and she's kind of familiar with my family and stuff. She's been around. She's been in the neighborhood for a long time. And she just likes me as a person, right? She doesn't know that I own that big-ass Jeep. And in fact, the people who moved in across from her own a Jeep, and they've left it sitting out in front of her house, broken down, on jacks. Hey, this used to be a nice neighborhood. So when I went down in my Jeep today, down the end of the street, I went in front of those people's homes first, the ones who have the Jeep up on blocks. I went in front of their home first. And I went around the cul-de-sac. And as I came around, she was in her yard. And she had a real nasty look on her face, like, oh, it's one of those people from across the street with those big tires on their big truck. And she looked up like this, and I saw her, and I recognize her because we've talked before. And I went, and she went, and that's not what I'm talking about. That's another thing that I wasn't even thinking about. And then I realized, we have interactions with people all day. We have these opportunities all day. So just act on them. That's all I'm saying. Be aware that you're doing that, and commend yourself when you do, and then go out of your way and go do it again, and do it every day. Do something nice. Hold a door for someone. Tell someone they look nice. Compliment someone on their car. Say, man, your car, you got a fucking badass car. Me and Iceman do that all the time. We're in traffic or whatever, and we're in a parking lot, and somebody's got a badass fucking car. Yeah, Ice is like totally gives props to those people. He's a good person, man. He'll make you feel real good. I wouldn't know Nick Brown because I haven't heard from Iceman in a week. Nick Brown. Just saying. I don't know if there's any correlation there. Just spitballing here. I'm waiting for a response from Nick, but I'm not getting anything. Maybe he's AFK. Anyway, I got this Gorilla Glue, and it's
Nick Brown.
It's really good.
I haven't been playing much lately. LOL.
Oh, so you haven't seen Ice? Dude, he must be in girl land like I am. It's a good place to be. It's when it gets to be about July, the month of July, the relationships spring up and are in full bloom. Something about July, man. It's alligator season. Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that is?
Patrick John Welder.
Anybody know what that is?
Remember when I got a pellet ill? Well, I had to order a new motor for it. Great investment, LOL.
Probably have to be a Floridian and someone who grew up in Florida as their childhood, spent around the waterways and was exposed to alligators. Then you would know what that sound is. That's the sound that little baby alligators make. And if they do that and you're near them, you better fucking get away. Because mommy's not far if they're making that noise. And mom knows that sound. So. Baby alligators are so awesome. It's like the coolest thing to ever see in the wild, man. Anyway, I was driving down the street today and talking about doing something nice, right? Going out of your way. There was a car pulled over off in the roadway a little bit, but off the roadway somewhat, in the median in the middle between 4 lanes or 6 lanes of traffic. And this guy, and I'm coming up, I'm doing like 50. And I'm approaching, and I can just barely see the truck. I'm far, I'm like a quarter mile back, and I'm approaching quickly. But I see all of a sudden, he runs out in the roadway and puts his hand up. There's a car already up there, slowing down. So I start slowing down. I'm like, oh, I wonder what the fuck's going on up there. And he bends over and picks up a turtle, a big turtle, big slider, this big, a giant slider turtle. And picks it up and walks off. There's a lake on the other side of the roadway there, and he went down over to it. As pulled up, I rolled my window down. I go, thank you. And he goes, right on. And he puts it down next to the water. And I'm just, one more interaction I had with somebody to thank them. Forget about that. Think about that guy. Think about the guy who pulled his truck over, got out of his truck, risked his own life to get a turtle out of the roadway. He may have prevented an accident from happening just by doing that. You know, somebody could have flipped out when they saw that turtle. Think about this. Think about all the people that didn't do anything, that could have stopped and chose not to. All the people that saw that turtle today and didn't do a goddamn thing. Didn't try to do anything. Speaking of trying, there was a gentleman who did pull his car over about 100 feet up from that, got out, and was looking back down. I rolled my window back down again. I go, he got him. They got him. And I don't know if he heard me because I was already past the guy. But just try to, help him out too, just so he knew the turtle didn't get hit by a car. But this guy had obviously been the one other person that pulled over. I love that. I love that people are that concerned about wildlife that they'll pull over and risk getting themselves killed just to get an animal out of the road. That is exactly what I would do. And he did it safely. The way he pulled his vehicle off like that, people could see something was going on. It was smart that he did it like that. He didn't stop in the middle of the roadway. He put his car off to the side. And then he had to run out and only stop one car. But he did block the left lane somewhat. He did block the left lane. His vehicle was sticking out in the lane. But there was only one car between me and him that was already stopping up there. Anyway, it was relatable, It was relatable, I thought. So you guys want to hear why I think the banks are limiting large, and how I know, because I'm trying to buy crypto, and I hit a certain limit, and I'm like, wait, Mom, she's like, what? And I'm like, I can only withdraw so much money out of the bank.
Why are banks limited withdrawals?
She's like, as of when? And I'm like, as of right now. I'm like, it's been like this for a little while, but they got me capped, and I went ahead and I called the bank because I wanted the money. And I called them and I said, hey, I want my money. I'm trying to buy something. And they're like, no, you can't have it until tomorrow. And I was like, wait, I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, is that you? Preventing me from getting to my own money? I mean, who the fuck else is this? It's a little shocking, isn't it, when your bank tells you you can't have access to your money. So do you know what I told them? I said, well, I'm taking all my money out, and I got, a lot. And I'm moving it all over into another bank that'll let me have access to my money. I said, thank you very much. It's been nice doing business with you, but I want you to know that all of the business I do in the future, all the banking I do, and all the funds that could be made off of all of the business that I do with my bank will now be made by another bank, and it won't be your bank. Because what you're doing to your customers is the same type of problems and issues that we're having with all kinds of other corporations right now. And we've been very nice about it, and it's time to stop being nice. You speak with your wallets, and you move. You move it over. Move your money. So I told my mom, I was like, I'm taking my money out of that bank and I'm putting it in this other bank. This other bank gives me full access to all of my funds at all the time. So you might want to, I don't know, most of you might not be in a situation where you're going to require a large sum of money at once. But let me give you an example. You've just come into a large sum of money for whatever reason. And let's say you put $50,000 in the bank, okay? And you just put it in the bank and you're like, man, that's so cool. I can keep it there. I can buy whatever I want. I can write a check. This is freaking great. and your buddy pulls up in a brand new whatever the fuck you want. Let's say it's a Lexus. Yeah, and it's like a 2023 fucking black and chrome, and it's a 500, and you're like, dude, that's a bad car. What'd you just pay for that? And they're like, dude, it's a fucking steal. I just got this. It had 1,000 miles on it, so I paid, $65,000 for it. And you're like, what, dude? That's like $100,000 car. And they're like, that's not even the best part. The best part is I got two of them. I got one for me, and I'm going to sell you this one for $25,000 because you're my friend and I like you. And you're like, bro, no problem. I just put $50,000 in the bank. Let me just fucking transfer it over to you really quick. And they're like, all right. And you go to your fucking bank, you get on their app or however the fuck, and you go to transfer the money, and they say, oh, your daily limit is $2,500. Or your daily limit is, whatever. Let's say it's $15,000. Well, but your friend said it's $25,000, and that's the kind of inconvenience you could come up on if this were to happen to you and you could possibly be in this situation. Remember, I called the bank and I said, I just need my money because I'm making a purchase, and they said no. And the problem with this purchase is I wanted to buy crypto, and it's at a certain level. The bank manipulates me, and I can't buy the fucking crypto. Now think about that. If my money sits in crypto and it makes me more money than it does sitting in their bank, that's a competitor to them. The last thing they want to do is give me access.
NLRC trendy as Dabbert's hashtag at Nays Garden Cheers.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. The last thing you want to do as that bank is let them take their money out of your bank where you're making money off them and go put it in crypto. Because then your cash cow is gone. Your source of income is gone. So you're going to just grab onto that and hold on to it as tight as you fucking can. And that is why the banks are limiting withdrawals on daily. Because the next day, crypto goes up. You can't take your fucking money. You don't want to fucking take your money out. You missed the opportunity, and they know this is happening more and more. So the banks that are doing this, pull your money out of them and move to banks that don't do these stupid daily limits, or at least if they do a daily limit, you can at least call them, verify your identity, and have them release the funds to you at any given moment. You want to make sure of that if you're getting into crypto purchasing. Time is everything. Timing is everything in this market. So consider that, guys, okay? Awesome. All right. Cool. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this short little show. I'm going to see you guys another time, I think. I don't know when. It might actually be a little while before the next show. So, if you had fun and you enjoyed it,
Nick
excellent.
Brown.
I'm glad you did.
Hashtag keep it open.
Yes, you should hashtag keep it open. More people should do that. I'd like to see a lot of that. No more hashtag keep it opens? Alrighty then. You guys have a nice evening. I probably would have kept going, but you guys just don't want to type in hashtag keep it open. You won't play ball, so I won't stay.